Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. But this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about XRP achieving high prices. What's going to get us there? And I'm going to give you my opinions as we go along. There would be three possibilities if XRP became so scarce. Now, this comes from David Schwartz. So he must have thought about this a few times in the past. And there is always going to be a possibility that there could be scarcity when it comes to XRP. Some people would argue that there's 100 billion XRP and that it would never be scarce. But there's so many things that are going to happen around XRP. You got to look at the BIS and the white papers. You got to look at the BRICS, what's going on there. Then you got to look at asset tokenization, companies locking away XRP in liquidity pools. So Schwartz discussed possible outcomes if XRP becomes scarce to the point where it's the smallest unit, a drop, 1/1,000,000th of an XRP, becomes too valuable to facilitate transactions effectively. So the first possibility is that the XRP community could agree to increase the divisibility of XRP. This change would be implemented through a software update, allowing for smaller subdivisions of XRP, making it more flexible and usable, even if its overall supply diminishes significantly. This solution could be a straightforward way to maintain the functionality of XRP as a medium of exchange. The second potential solution involves altering the way transaction fees are structured. Currently, fees are calculated in drops per transaction. If XRP became too scarce, the community could agree to switch the metric to transactions per drop. This would mean that rather than each transaction costing a specific amount of drops, a single drop could cover multiple transactions. This approach offers a way to mitigate the impact of scarcity by spreading the cost of transactions over fewer units of XRP. And the final solution is more complex, as it requires the creation of a new asset called transaction credits. These credits would be introduced with a zero balance for all users and priced at 1/1,000,000th of an XRP. If a transaction required more credits than a user possessed, the necessary amount of XRP drops could be converted into transaction credits at a predetermined rate. For example, 1,000,000 drops to one transaction credit. This system would effectively decouple the transaction cost from the direct use of XRP, thus preserving XRP's value while still facilitating transactions. So why would David even be thinking of this if there couldn't be scarcity for XRP at some point in the future? Remember, through Interledger Protocol, XRP is capable of handling 1,000,000,000,000 transactions per second. Think about XRP being locked away in between a handful of countries in the future. We don't need 100 billion XRP. After 10 years, only a few small banks are using XRP for small sum transactions. XRP Ledger right now can only handle 1,500 transactions per second. XRP Ledger potentially can handle just up to 70,000 transactions per second. 53 billion is enough. Burn the escrow. Now, people would right away think, okay, if they burn the escrow, the price of XRP would skyrocket. But this already happened with Stellar. They burned half of the supply of XLM. The price jumped up about 20% and then came back down. And look at where the price is today. And I still think that escrow is going to the IMF, the BIS, and the central banks. According to Bit4Coins, XRP could also fundamentally act as a bridge for CBDCs, enabling efficient and high liquidity transfers between varying digital currencies. However, he believes the asset's 100 billion supply might not be enough for this. And I don't think it's enough either. Think about it. It has to serve 8 billion plus people. And think about all those transactions that are happening in between two countries, in between two people, in between two companies. Of course, it could definitely lead to scarcity. And he says once we're using XRP for CBDC transactions, that would get us to that $10,000 price point that most people talk about. You know, every time the price of XRP goes up 2 or 3 cents, the $10,000 XRP is back. And I'll talk more about that at the end of this video. But we don't even need CBDCs for XRP to become a high-valued cryptocurrency. Functionality: XRP acts as a bridge currency between fiat currencies. XRP is the only digital asset specifically designed for financial institutions and payment providers. So it works with the current financial system, and it's not trying to compete with the current financial system either. It's trying to upgrade it. It's trying to give SWIFT a major overhaul. XRP is a currency processing mechanism. Anything, anywhere, any value transferred, Internet of Value, Finternet. They will be built on top of the ledger. It will be the most valuable asset currency forever. And this shows you the liquidity pool. Here would be XRP, and here would be all the users. Now this user could send to this user here, using the liquidity pool that's in the middle. And that's where the BIS was going with the idea of the Finternet as far as cross-border payments. But it even stretches beyond cross-border payments. It could be domestic payments. It could be a handful of companies that send money back and forth all the time. And they hold some XRP in a liquidity pool. And they utilize it when they need it. Because companies would be buying XRP and holding it for long periods of time. You know, institutional investors are not retail investors. We have people that sell just because the price goes up a couple of pennies. Institutions don't even care how high the price gets. They will use it for its actual utility. It appears mBridge is separate ledgers unified as an ILP. mBridge by a central XRP liquidity pool, percentage of escrow as the bridge mechanism. Now, when it comes to mBridge cuts out SWIFT. And a lot of people think that BRICS is definitely going to utilize mBridge as their path forward. And if that's the case, most likely they would also utilize XRP and RippleNet technology. Because you see Ripple listed right here inside of mBridge white paper. So I always said the BRICS are going to need a trust layer, no matter what, in between their countries, because Russia doesn't trust China and so on. So they're definitely going to want a trust layer. What works as a trust layer? XRP. And there's no alternative to XRP. Everybody always says, oh, they're going to come up with their own solution. No, they're not. They're going to outsource it to a third party like Ripple. Then there's ESDRs, and there's been a lot of talk about this as well. Originally, ESDRs we were not allowed to hold. But then the IMF changed that up, and they made it where we could actually hold an ESDR. It would enable everyone, not just banks, to transact securely and immediately in central bank money. So there you have it. And if XRP was to become an ESDR, the price of XRP would go to $1,000 overnight. You would wake up tomorrow morning and XRP would already be at 4 digits. But when they're looking at this at the IMF, and we all know that the IMF absolutely loves RippleNet and XRP and XLM, this could also be the path forward for XRP. Ask yourself, why would SWIFT cite Ripple and XRP specifically in two different documents about improving cross-border payments if using Ripple's technology wasn't in the plans? Even a UC Berkeley video confirmed the document was legit. You have to look closely to understand. The reason that SWIFT is going to work with Ripple is because they know that there's already countries pushing away from them, like China, Russia, and the rest of the BRICS. But not only that, there's going to be banks pushing away from SWIFT unless SWIFT can deliver real-time payments, fast, cheap, and secure. And we see it again here. Boom, XRP was successfully tested on the SWIFT network by over 11,000 banks a few years ago. So they already tested it, and they know how great it actually works, how it improves everything. So let's get back to the price of XRP. Now, if Ripple just captured 10% of SWIFT's business, we would be looking at $100 plus for XRP. Some would argue that it would bring us to 4 digits. What I wanted to show you in this video, though, is how everything is evolving and all roads lead to Ripple and XRP. But if you want to talk about the $10,000 XRP, you have the prophet, Brandon Biggs. He said this about XRP. Take a listen.
He said, you asked me about investments. And he said, I'm going to tell you something that will increase like Apple one day. That will be a major investment in the end times. And he said, XRP will go from where it's at right now to $10,000 one day.
So he says it's going to go to $10,000 overnight. Or you could listen to Ripple co-founder Arthur Brito. He says XRP has been designed to reach $10,000. So whenever you say $10,000 on X, right away you'll have people saying it's never getting to that price point based on previous cycles and market cap. But nobody factors in utility. Nobody ever wants to talk about utility, especially Bitcoin maxis. They know Bitcoin has zero utility. So why would they ever bring that up in the conversation? You have to bring it up as an XRP holder, because you're trying to point them in the right direction. The same way that you try to get friends and family into XRP, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You either take it or you get left behind. Nobody factors in utility, though, when they're talking about a $10,000 XRP. And then you have this. XRP is not a banker's coin. XRP is a banker's nightmare, because it makes banking cheap. How do you think banks make their money? SWIFT fees. And of course it's not the banker's coin, but the banks are going to have no other option but to work with XRP and RippleNet. Because once one bank gets the upper hand on the other banks, they have no other choice but to get on board. And robots can't take your job if you're already retired. And that is the biggest reason why you should be investing in XRP. Because AI is not slowing down. Universal basic income would not be talked about if it wasn't going to be part of the future. Central bank digital currencies are going to come at some point. You're going to want to stay off of the CBDC system. The best way to do it is hold XRP until it shows its full potential. And honestly, I think XRP is definitely at some point going to achieve 5 digits. It's going to happen through supply and demand. The demand is going to be so high and the supply is going to disappear. People are going to be buying a piece of an XRP at some point in the future. And when that happens, you are going to realize how lucky you actually were. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.